Sorry, what?
Didn't you want to out with us?
I'm really busy with work. I'm sorry. I think I got a flake.
You said the exact same thing last week, Emile. How long does work have to take?
Okay, I'm trying to work, okay? Like...
Generated.
What are you even doing?
I'm creating art, just like we used to.
Digital art stuff. Glad you found your niche.
Same here. Like, I can pump out a couple hundred of these in the next hour.
Emile,
Generated.
are you serious? You're just pressing a damn button. You're not creating anything.
Oh. It's just simpler, okay? Like, we want to create art, right? And this helps infinitely.
You don't contribute anything. You don't exist in what you're creating.
Yeah, I am. Like, my contribution is the only thing that brings this art to life. I have to think of a theme for it to give me, and obviously my thoughts have me written all over them, and that matters.
I'm done. Come to Al's tonight if you want.
Generated.
But you gotta stop
Generated.
with this AI crap, alright?
Generated.
I made $2,332 this week. Can you believe that?
Hey, sorry, I gotta call you back.
Generated.
Damn, my room's a mess. Hey, is this your pen?
Heavens to Betsy, you must be the new studio hire. It's a pleasure.
Where the hell am I? Then who the hell are you?
Oh boy, must be in Paris the way you're jabbering. What's your name, kid? Not a talker, eh? That's great. Come on, I'll show you the ropes.
Okay, who are you? Where am I?
Yeesh, they'll hire anyone these days. You sure you ain't some wash up from vaudeville?
Yeah. Whose is this?
This? Belongs to some dame in the animation unit. Surely something or other.
It looks so familiar.
Yeah, well, that visual diary is one of a kind, kid. Whatever it looks like to you, ain't it?
Visual diary?
Yes. What, they hire an artist who don't know their elbow from a paintbrush now? Think of it like a book. Folks keep their doodles in. You know, rough ideas, half-baked characters. A book of sorts that artists use to sketch in. A sketchbook. Maybe I ought to coin that.
Right, but... What year is it?
What year is it? It's 1822. Oh, relax. I'm just pulling your leg, doll.
Okay.
It's 1935. You act like you just fell off the turnip truck. What's the matter, kid? Never seen a real pencil line before?
Not in a long time.
What are you, some fancy pants from Europe? All gassed up on newfangled things? Don't worry, stick around here and we'll knock the starch out of you.
Wait, those weren't finished.
Ain't supposed to be, Ace. This is where the real stuff happens, where the hands move faster than the brain. You want something perfect? You might as well quit now. Art's gotta be messy. It's gotta breathe. Here, let's put you on the moviola. That's right. There's the moviola. Looks like a busted up washing machine, don't it? It's how we stitch pictures together, one frame at a time. You thread the film through, spin that crank real careful, watch your scenes flicker by in a tiny window, chop here, tape there, till the whole thing runs smoother than a greased weasel. You feel it right here. Every cut, every splice, that's your fingerprints on the story.
All that just By hand?
By hand, by guts, and by guesswork, kid. We don't make movies, we build them. And if you can't do that, you ain't surviving here.
So, you just do it right the first time?
Heck no! You try to. Most times you don't. That's what makes it good. Mistakes you can feel. Keeps the work honest. You rush it, you fake it, you end up with something dull and dead as a doornail.
Back when I was where I was learning, we had this system, and you would tell it what you wanted, and it would just spit out a finished piece in like seconds. No cutting, no stitching. You didn't really even have to touch anything. But you still had to steer it. You know, like you pick the style, the mood, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Sounds mighty easy.
Yeah, it was. Maybe too easy.
Tell you what, pal. If you can find me a machine that feels sorry after a lousy cut, or grins like an idiot when a scene comes out just right, let me know. Until then, it's just you, your hands, and whatever guts you've got left.
I know. I just...
Just what?
I'm not used to this. How's the pay?
Kid, it ain't exactly the Ritz. You're not gonna strike it rich working a pencil all day. But when you see your work dance across the silver screen, when a crowd gasps, laughs, feels something because a line you drew, just a simple line, start breathing, start moving, like it's got a soul of its own. And then a whole theater, hell, a Nickelodeon full of folks feel something because of something you made. There ain't a fortune on earth that can touch that. Here, show me you still got a pulse.
I don't know if I can.
Buddy, the only ones who can't are the ones who don't try. At least move your arms. You can't draw without them. The hands love eyes.
What's your name?
Bellamy. August Bellamy.
Marissa! Wait. Maybe we have to stop. Like, what if we go back to how we used to make art?
What's that sound?
What the hell? August? August?
Tried your best, and that's all you can do. So you can go sit over there. Oh, Belly! Oh, you're always so dowdy. Your name is August, but you're colder than a Milwaukee winter.
Well, I suppose that's just my charm. Well, I don't want to distract you, singer.
Damn, this man has a voice. Like, who is this guy? Ariana Grande or something?
Who?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I don't know who that is, but I haven't heard a voice like that since Katy Perry.
What? It's weird, like, I've been to concerts before, hundreds, but this feels... It feels like it's walking around, if that makes sense. Like, I don't even know how to describe it.
That's because it is, kid. Ain't just light and motion. It's sweat, mistakes, late nights, and busted thumbs. It's someone in every frame.
It has fingerprints.
Exactly. You get it now. Give me that cube thing.
What?
Yeah, that's the baby. Real ritzy. Smooth edges, no moving parts. You're one of those union boys in the future, but just real fond of science fiction.
A bit of both, I guess.
Now what the hell is that?
That's mine back when I thought I was doing something bold.
Yeah, I can tell it's yours. It's clean.
Thanks.
Not a compliment. You ever notice the best things in life are a little messy?
I didn't know what it meant to make something. I thought directing a prompt was enough. Like conducting a song without knowing how to play an instrument.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta snap a few strings to hear the tune. You got heart, kiddo. Just been sleeping a while. But now it's waking up. And don't you dare put it back to bed.
I don't know where to start.
Good. That means you're ready.
Well, folks, if that didn't scare you off, then you're tougher than you look. Now, what do you say, Belly? You think you still got some tunes in those frozen fingers?
Leave an old man to his piece, Etzen.
Oh, come on, August. If you can draw, you can play.
I've played before, fellas. Hey, have you met my friend? He's from Europe.
Nice to meet you, sonny boy. I'm
Nice to meet you
Etzen
too.
Sinclair.
Wow, you sound wonderful.
Oh, shucks, kid. That means a lot.
Go on, son. It won't bite.
Yeah, kid. Let's see if you got a pulse.
No, I can't.
Why not? This old girl, she ain't just wood and wire. She has a heartbeat. You play her right. She'll talk back to you, laugh, cry, sass you a little if you aren't careful. But she don't lie. She can't. She only gives you what you give her. See, back when the talkies first rolled in, all these moving pictures with no sound, it was us, the piano men, who gave them soul, a chase scene. You pound a low note like a freight train, a kiss. Soft pedal? Tickle the high end of your whispering little secrets. But nowadays, everything piped in, clipped, canned. They get photographs, orchestras on tape, a push of a button, and boom, perfect music. Same every time. Ain't nothing wrong with perfect, I suppose. But let me tell you something. Perfect, it does not make you feel. Not like this. This is alive. Every time I sit down, it's different. Different mood, different crowd, different me. You can't fake that, no sir. Not at all. the buttons and the wires of all the buttons and the wires of this world. Come on, you don't gotta play. Just listen. Really listen. That's where it starts. I feel like Emile is wasting his talent a little bit.
Well, you have to start that way. How else are you supposed to learn?
Possibly. But I think it comes from the fear of not being perfect. Which, as a performer, I can tell you, most times you're not going to be perfect, most times you're going to crack, you're going to miss a note. But that's just part of it.
You're gonna cut right through the film.
Cut right through the film.
Film.
Correct. That too.
Without failure, there's no success.
Yeah.
And he needs to fail.
Big time. Maybe not big time, but at least enough to let him learn to do better.
That old-fangled European thing. Ain't no thing in the world that can make a sound like that. Machines don't mess up. Machines don't fall in love halfway through a song and make up the next lyric. It's the mistakes that make a human, kid. Ain't nothing better than the sound of man. Kid. Hey, kid, wake up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just tripping out right now. I think I'm not exactly focused.
All right, class. Settle down. We've got a lot to cover today.
August, who is this?
Are you dumb, kid? That's animation innovator and illustrious Professor Kenneth Monet.
Who?
Shut up, kid. The professor's professor.
Some of you have no doubt heard the Higher Education Act was signed today by President Johnson.
Where the hell are we now, August?
The real world.
Now, some folks will tell you that this act is about money, tuition, grants, loans. But I tell you what it's really about. It's about access. For folks like me, that means something deeper. When I was young, blind as I still am, they told me I couldn't teach, couldn't read, couldn't be part of the world of ideas. But you know what? That's changed. Celluloid, paper, and sound. For example, this right here, class, is celluloid paper. This little strip here, it's how the world got portable. Stories, sounds, thought. Celluloid could carry what the eye sees or what the ear hears. It meant that a blind man could hear a textbook, could hear a lecture, could hear a film even. Hell, I mean, it could teach you.
You hearing this? Film's more than fancy pictures. It's a lifeline.
All kinds of innovations that sprang from the same little strip of plastic. This little strip of plastic right here. Before we had cinema, we had movement, of course. And before we had stories, we had what was called a spectacle. And of course, the Supra, if you've ever heard of it. It was Edward Muybridge's little spinning disc of galloping horses, folks. It wasn't meant to entertain, it was built to study motion and to show the unseen. Then, of course, came Edison's kinetoscope, a peephole box in which a single user had to crank it by hand to view what was inside. There were no sounds, there were no cuts, just raw, flickering life, looped again and again. And of course, the early Nickelodeons, cramped rooms where people, often the poor, the ignorants, and the outsiders, paid a nickel to be stunned, not by the stories, but by the sensation. This will all be on the test, by the way, so keep a sharp ear. Things you might have seen at these Nickelodeons varied greatly. You could see a train rushing towards the camera, a wave crashing over the shore. It wasn't about character arcs, it was about feeling something real. It was about being there, even when you couldn't be anywhere else. This was called the cinema of attractions. Before the narrative, before the order, before the Oscars. It was all about what film could do, what it could show, what it could give. And for folks like me, that meant more than entertainment. That meant access to sensations, to learning, to the world. Because when we couldn't see the world, we heard it. And now, we teach it. Celluloid ain't just a medium, folks. It's a message. And that message is, everyone belongs.
You hear that, Heifer? That's a Professor Monet message. Premium stuff. Some of the best word blocks you can find.
Back in the early 1900s, cities were booming. Immigrants were flooding in. And industrial machines were chewing up the horizon.
Don't your little devices at home do something like the old crap Monet's describing?
All that prompt box magic? Click here, remix there, smooth it out till it's clean as glass.
To reflect something real. In the middle of all that was this little 5-cent ticket to wonder. The Nickelodeon. Tiny rooms, packed benches, steam and sweat, and cigarette smoke in the air. No plot, no popcorn, no prestige. Just a screen, a piano, and a crowd full of people who had never been invited to the opera, let alone a theater. You see, before the silver screen got silver, it was more copper. It was clunky, it was dirty, it was loud. But God, it was open. And I want you to sit with that.
He's pulling up now!
You think it was some big Hollywood premiere that gave film its soul? Nah, it was some kid in 1906 seeing a flickering box match on a storefront reel. It was a laundress in Pittsburgh gasping at a train coming towards the camera. It was a blind man, like me, hearing footsteps echo on cobblestone and imagining a whole street in front of him. The kinetoscope, a single viewer. The supraxiscope, spinning shadows. Mutoscopes, stereoscopes, even magic lanterns, all of them were trying to do one thing. Catch life before it slipped away. Not polish it, not perfect it, just catch it. And yeah, the cinema of attractions that we call it now, it wasn't about telling you who the protagonist was. It was about slapping you in the chest with light and saying, feel this. You are alive. And of course, class, this era didn't last for long. Because with the rise of industrialization in our nation came a more formal and a business outlook on the theater as a whole, and thus the Hollywood Golden Age came about. Of course, we all know about the Big Five. We went over that last period. And of course, with this Big Five came things known as RKO theaters, which were famous at the time for showing cartoons, little bleeps of life created hand-drawn and hours at a time spent making them just for a 5-minute attention from the audience before a big blockbuster hit came out on the screen. Now, of course, what did they draw these cartoons on? They drew it on this, the same strip of celluloid paper. Now, of course, it wasn't the matter of the cartoons being 5 minutes long, of course. It was a matter of people pouring their time and effort into hand-drawing every motion these little animated characters would have on the big screen in a 5-minute segment before the actual movie came on. And following this, we didn't need to know the ending of either these cartoons or these upcoming movies. We needed to remember we had a place in the world. And that's what these machines gave us. This reel, it didn't ask if you belonged. It let you sit down, let you listen, and let you learn. And in a world that's always trying to sort people into boxes, sighted, blind, rich, or poor, even if you're a citizen or a complete stranger, that mattered. Film is, of course, many things, but before it was art, before it was business, it was a bridge. And we don't burn bridges, class, not if we're smart.
Oh, honey, you look like last week's laundry. Here, have some water. You sure you're not an in-betweener? You look lost.
Oh, I guess I'm between a few things right now.
Yeah, America in the Asias.
You gotta find balance, son. That's the game.
This is my friend from the 70s, Clara Minerva. Wonderful woman. She really spearheads the whole thing. She's getting good at what she does.
He's a quiet one, August. You didn't tell us he was haunted.
No, I'm just catching my breath.
You must have so much on your mind, like you're stuck between drafts. That's because real art doesn't end. It just keeps being edited. Like me. I'm pretty old, and I'm still editing.
He's looking for something. Maybe he doesn't know what it is yet.
Maybe he's looking for a shortcut. Aren't we all? Tools are getting sharper and stranger. Have you seen these new stencils? Whole murals, done in minutes. You barely have to think. All right now, but thinking's overrated. Feeling, on the other hand, that you can't cheat. Not with the stencil, not with the projector, not even with those Xerox monsters Bellamy's so afraid of.
Not afraid, just skeptical. There's always something being sold as the next revolution. Most of it just makes more noise.
Still, you have to admit, some of those tools open doors. People who could never talk or speak or write or draw or sing. Isn't that worth something?
Funny. We just came from a lecture where one of my friends was spouting the same thing.
Smart guy.
What if the tools start making the choices for you, though?
Then you better make sure it knows your voice. Otherwise, you're just copying copies.
Soon enough, no one remembers who painted the first tree.
Or if it even was a tree, could have been a box of green noise. A noisy tree? Exactly. Kid, whatever you're walking through, just remember, the tool's only dangerous if it replaces your doubt. Doubt is the soul talking back.
You got strange eyes, Emile. Like you've seen the end of something we're still building.
Yeah. You gotta find the balance, son.
When I was younger, I had plans for the world, fervent and favor. I had all the control, but then you came along. All my wants, every song, a balance isn't all of it, though.
Whoa, sweetheart. You're gonna need to cover up those shoulders. Too much distraction for the fellas.
August, that tongue of yours was old-fashioned 20 years ago.
A balance isn't all of it, kid. People talk like that. We can take the best of the past and leave the rest behind, but sometimes the rock runs right through the frame.
There's so much beauty here. Purpose and craft.
Yeah, sure, but not everything well-made is well-meaning. Just because hard work was put in doesn't guarantee it does good. Some of that beauty was built on silence, exclusion.
Your generation didn't invent the question of what tools can do, but you might be the first to have asked what they should do. You ever wonder why so many of us had to teach ourselves? Because the doors were closed, locked. And when we banged on them too long, the industry just changed the locks.
Yeah, and art isn't neutral. Never was. It can liberate, it can't erase.
And now you've got the locals thinking they know better than you. Tools that finish your sentences, guess your brushstrokes. They don't know your history. They don't know your ghost.
So, what do I do with it all? The old, the new, the in between.
You carry it. But you don't carry it all the same way.
Ain't all sunshine and rainbows here, kid. We all got a lot to learn.
Use the good, toss the bad, but name both. That's the only way forward.
And please remember, balance is a pretty word. Easy to say when you're not doing the one that's tipping.
Some of us grew up on the edge of the frame, always a little out of focus, still trying to find the right light.
And when the picture got clearer, still, turns out we weren't in it.
They built stages before we were invited to speak, then asked us to be grateful for the view.
But we learned how to speak anyway. With scraps, with echoes, with whatever tools they left behind.
And even now, some stories only make it through because someone whispered when the room went quiet.
You look around and think, if I just learned the rules, maybe I belong. But kid, those rules weren't, they were written in ink that ran the moment it rained.
Belonging's not about knowing the lines. It's about knowing why they were drawn.
And what if I've been copying the wrong lines?
Then start asking better questions.
Ask what got left out. Ask what was traded for polish. Ask what got softened so the edges wouldn't get cut.
And when the time comes, don't just trace over what's been done. Redraw, risk the mess.
Learn something new. Succeed, Fail.
Play a different note.
Tip the scales. Question it all.
Be inspired by who's close to you.
I don't want to miss what matters.
And when the light flickers, stay in the room.
I hope you learned a lot, kid. I know I sure as hell have.
Thank you, Mr. Bellamy. I think we both learned a lot.
You know, Emile, you're a good kid. Do the Cohl family proud.
Wait, did I tell you my name?
No, you didn't.
I wanted to know you, oh, to see